Hey guys, this is Amin, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can have Kali Linux on Raspberry Pi. Also, you can try debian-derived, but the scope of this video is on Raspberry Pi. I'm going to show you how you can install Kali Linux on that. Then what you need, just one AP, and then try to de-authenticate the clients which are connected to the AP. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you how you can do it on both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. So stay tuned and stay anonymous. We're going to do hacking. Let's make just the concept simple. Imagine you have your AP, which is broadcasting in your BSS with a specific SSID, and there is one user here, which is a cell phone, and they are connecting to each other, so they are kind of communicating. We put the Raspberry Pi or the Kali Linux or your De-auth tool in the middle. How it does or what it does, it sits here and it sends a de-auth message towards this, and it says it's saying I'm this AP and I'm sending de-authentication to you. At the same time, it does something like that, and it tells the AP that I'm this user, which is a cell phone or a tablet or a laptop, that I want to be de-authenticated. So it sends de-authentication messages to both of them, and it tells that, okay, there is no authentication. But how it does that, actually, it's kind of like that. It says, I am the AP. How? Because it knows BSSID. I am the AP and de-authenticate. So this message, it's to user. From the other side, it says to the AP, I am the phone, how MAC address of the phone, and I want the authentication. So in this way, by sending these two messages, it actually the Kali Linux will do what? Will do the de-authentication by knowing BSSID and MAC address. So MAC address of both sides. Let's get started. So to start off the process, simply just Google Kali Linux download, like what we have here, and then the first page which pops up to you, which Google brings it up to you, is the main website. You open it. Here you have your ARM, click on the ARM, and here you should be aware of your processor type. Mine is 64-bit and my Raspberry Pi is Raspberry Pi 3, so it is my option. I'm gonna hit on the download button, install it, download it, and then, copy that on the SD card of the Raspberry Pi. So put the SD card back, like insert it to your Raspberry Pi, then turn your device on, give it the Ethernet access, it gets an IP address. After that, we're gonna SSH to the machine. What I need, just open a terminal. It is my terminal and I'm pinging my Raspberry Pi, so it is up. I do a Control-C. This is the IP address, and just simply the username is Kali and the password is Kali. So default username and password are Kali. So click on that and do the Kali as password. The good thing is that Kali Linux is an extension of Debian. So whatever you know about commands on Linux terminal are the same. We are in our Kali Linux. And also, in order to avoid any sort of sudo in any command, let's start off with sudo -s. Now we are in the root. We do ifconfig, and we see here, what do we have? We have, this is the IP address we just used, and then this is the local, and this is the wireless LAN. However, for that thing, I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna use this one, which is an external Wi-Fi NIC, the USB one. Then I'm gonna plug this one to my Raspberry Pi and use this one. How? As soon as you connect it, basically it should get the information. If I do ifconfig again, yes, we have it here. There you go. WLAN number 1 just added. If I do iwconfig, what I'm gonna get, here it says either WLAN 0 or 1 are in the managed mode. So right now it actually doesn't matter what is the managed mode. What it matters, it doesn't work for us because we're gonna scan like the surrounding or the environment and see the SSIDs. And as long as it's on the managed mode, it doesn't work. So it should be changed to monitor mode. How are we gonna do that? I'm gonna do clear. Then when you're gonna do your modifications or manipulations, your interface should be down. So you're gonna make it down, and then since you do not want any sort of like interruption or conflict or whatever, you're gonna kill every process that you have. Then iwconfig WLAN 1 and the mode should be monitor. It says error, so we're gonna do what? We're gonna do it again down, then kill. Okay, so iwconfig mode monitor. Yes, it worked. Then I'm gonna bring it up again. So if I do iwconfig, it's not all of that. If I do iwconfig here, we can see the new one, the mode changed to monitor instead of manage, which was previously. So we're good. Right now we're good. What is the next step? After changing to the monitor mode, let me clear. So there is a command arrow dump ng, and then WLAN number 1. When I do it, it starts to just see what we have in the surrounding. And as you can see, based on the channels, it's on 2.4. So it is doing the thing on 2.4. It gets 2 SSID. Both of them are 2.4. My phone is connected to this one, I guess. Let me check. My phone is connected, yes, to this one. And look, it gets mine. But just imagine a scenario that we have a lot of like more and more users here. What will happen? You're not gonna get exactly which one is your phone unless you should know your MAC address. But to make it more clear, I'm gonna just do a Control C here like that to stop the process, and then I'm gonna do what? Let me hide myself. So after that, what is the next step? I'm gonna do the same command that I did, arrow dump ng, and here --bssid. So what is the bssid? We are going to work on this one. So it is the bssid, Control C, Control V. So bssid and which channel it is working on. So the channel which this one is working on, that is channel 6. So just let me simply type 6 and WLAN 1, and let's see the result. So it says that exact SSID. So in the previous thing, if we have many SSIDs and many users which are connected to your AP, you see a long list, and it will be confusing. I mean, not in this case, but in general, it will be confusing for you. So we just kind of filtered the specific SSID and the specific channel which is working on that. And then on the next step, we see it's the station. I'm gonna again do the Command C or Control C to stop the process. Then now we're gonna do the hacking stuff. So play ng, then -- deauthentication 20. Let me copy this one, Control C. So dash A is the access point, which is my access point. And then what do we have? Dash C is the client, and it is the MAC address of the client. And on WLAN 1. So what you can see here, my phone is right now, it is connected to this one. I'm gonna hit on the enter and wait for that. So you see it starts to de-authenticate, and my phone got disconnected and it's connected to the other one. So it sends like 20 de-authentication messages, and my phone, it gets disconnected and connected another one. So what was the concept of that? Here in this way, I sent those messages to de-authenticate from 2.4 gigahertz. Okay guys, now we're done with 2.4. We're gonna do it on 5 gigahertz. But if you like my video, just show me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel in the meanwhile. To do it on 5 gigahertz, everything is basically the same, just two commands are different. So we already did everything. So we know the Wi-Fi NIC is in monitor mode and it is monitoring, and just we do need to see the 5 gigahertz APs. How we're gonna do that, and we are not doing any sort of pseudo stuff. So in the last one, what we did error dump, and then we did WLAN 1. So in this way we got them in 2.4. If I just stop this command and I do the same, like error dump, again, same, but dash band A, which means 5 gigahertz. So here what I'm gonna get the APs. This one, it came kind of by mistake. It shouldn't be here, but it starts to, as you can see, checking the channels, like the channels which are working in 5 gigahertz. Let me hide myself. Okay, so we have these two which are on 5 gigahertz, channel 44, channel 149, and as you can see, there is one user which is connected. So with the same command, what we can do, we can just, again with the same command, we can specify the specific AP to see. But here I know it is the MAC address of my MacBook. And if I bring my, just simply bring my network preference here, and I click on the advanced, I can see this is the MAC address of my system, and right now this one is the only one which is connected. So that's okay. I'm connected to this one and I'm using it. This is my computer MAC address and this is my BSSID. What is the next step to do it on 5 gigahertz? I'm gonna just stop this process. Simple command. We're gonna do arrow play ng, then --d authentication. Let's say send 20 messages -a, and it is the BSSID of the system, and then -c, the client, which is this one. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and WLAN 1 and -d, like the last line, that you should add the -d here in 5 gigahertz. So let me bring this one up to show it to you that since I'm connected to this one, it should be disconnected, deauthenticated. So I'm going to click on that. It starts to do, and as you can see, it gets disconnected from, once I hit on the enter, like the command, it ran and I got disconnected and I connected to the other SSID. So anyway, it was all of the things that like related to that topic that I wanted to talk about them to you. All good. Now we did the deauthentication in 2.4 in 5 gigahertz, and now we know how it works in Kali Linux. We know the commands, and we're done.